Okay, well, I guess there's a goose in the show today.
There is. I'm just gonna cuddle with him.
So, hey, welcome to Sippin and Spillin.
Yes.
I'm Mike. This
I'm
is Sid.
Sid.
Does this goose have a name?
This is Harrison.
Of course, Harrison.
Yeah, this is Harrison. Yeah, he's my buddy, huh?
See the topic of discussion today? I think we should
No.
talk about Harrison the entire time.
No, we're not gonna do that.
I think we
I'll
should.
put him down a little bit because I can tell he's like, "Why are we sitting on a quad, Mom? This is weird."
I don't think anything else has happened around here worth talking about the last couple of days. I think we should just talk about the goose.
No.
No? What do you want to talk about?
Well, there's been a lot that's happened the last few days.
I can't think of anything.
You can't think of anything that
Nothing.
happened?
No.
I think that's funny.
Mm.
We obviously, you guys know that most of the time we shoot the day before, so you guys are going to see this on Monday. Happy Monday. I hope you're muddling through it just fine. But today for us is Sunday after church, and so sometimes after church on Sundays, Frankie goes with one of her friends or whatever, but today we've got one of her friends over here, and they're going to go to youth group later, so I'm the taxi today, so, which I don't mind. So the girls helped us set up the lights and stuff out here, and they're back there taking selfies right now. With all the lights set up and everything out here. But as you can see, we've got some tractors behind us.
Oh, yes. You got something to say there, Harrison?
He does. So if you...
I don't want to talk about tractors. Let's talk about geese.
We're going to talk about geese? I'm going to get a couple more geese.
I'm going to get a couple more tractors.
You already got all the tractors.
How many tractors do I have?
You've got 3.
3 Mississippi, 3 tractors.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess we should spill what's going to happen, what's going to come out. Probably Wednesday or Sunday on 3 Mississippi, y'all are going to see a very tragic, it wasn't tragic, a mishap that happened with me and the new tractor.
Yeah, if you watched yesterday's 3 Mississippi, you saw us acquiring all of the tractors. Well, yep. We got the tractor delivered. Obviously, we couldn't do anything with it for a couple days because it came on Thursday. And so on Saturday, our plan was to go ahead and start working on that area for the chicken coop, the Fort Flocks, if you will. And we had a little bit of a mishap, so you'll have to tune in for, I think that video is going to be on a week from yesterday, next Sunday's video. But we'll give you guys, since this is Sippin and Spillin, we'll give you guys the tea.
So what we do, we spill it. So I broke the tractor.
Yeah, 2 hours in, Mike broke the tractor. The
brand new Kubota, not the old tractor. Mm-hmm. You can't break the old one.
And he broke it good.
So y'all see that Ford 3000 right there?
Mm-hmm.
That thing is good to go. But the Kubota beside it, you notice there's no implement on the front. There's no bucket. You can't put one on it right now because I broke it.
Did you put my hair? My hair.
So, is this the goose show or I don't know?
I'll put him down. Mike's very distracted by my goose. I don't know. I'm gonna let him waddle around while we're out here. He likes to get some outside time. Okay, you're fine. You're fine.
Bye bye. Okay, go get into some trouble, Harrison.
No, don't get into trouble.
So anyway, I'm not gonna tell y'all all the details of how I did it or what I did. But the bottom line is I did break the tractor, and I broke it good enough that it's got to go back to the shop. And what was a bummer about that was after I broke it, I said, well, if it's going to go back to the shop, I might as well go ahead and just hook up since I can't hook anything to the front, the bucket, pallet forks, I can't hook anything to the front. I said, I'll go ahead and hook the tiller up to the back, and I'll go out and till those deer plots because it's going to rain on Thursday. Or hopefully it's going to rain. Well, I couldn't get the tiller hooked up. I mean, it was a fight, wasn't it? It was like an hour.
He was like, don't film this. He was getting like anxious, and I was like,
it was bad. I was getting mad. I couldn't figure it out. I went in and Googled it. I couldn't figure it out. Finally, I called the guy that runs the tractor dealership where I bought it from, and he said, forget about the drive shaft. Don't try to connect the PTO shaft. Just focus on the 3-point and get that hooked up and pick it up. Then things will spin and you'll be able to. And I was like, okay. Well, after talking to him, I did manage to kind of refocus myself, and I got the 3-point hooked up and I picked the unit up. But then I still could not get the PTO shaft hooked up. Well, turns out the PTO shaft's too long.
Yeah, it's like the wrong one for the tractor. Like they accidentally sent the wrong one.
Yeah.
So
So then at least I feel a little bit better.
Like he was redeemed, like because he was really fighting with it, and I felt bad because he was getting real frustrated, and he did not have the best luck with
Yeah.
the tractors.
Yesterday was a humbling day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And so it was a little. It was. I mean, I did get it all on film, and there's some funny things that happened.
It's a for me it's a bummer.
It was a bummer because it puts us
And
behind.
it's a bummer, and it's good that she was filming my screw up.
Yeah.
It's a bummer because I can't pretend I didn't screw up.
Right.
But it's good because we'll be able to share the actual video of how I screwed up and what then happened. It was all on film.
Yeah.
So that'll be on
Be on
3
3
Mississippi.
Mississippi probably next Sunday. This Wednesday's video, we burned the area in preparation, which I think we talked about the other day, and it got some chicks, which is kind of why our timeline has moved up on that. So it is a bummer that we don't have the tractor to use right now to get that squared away, to get that base leveled out and prepared, and also the dirt moved out of it so that he can start his garden bed for his garlic, which that's another thing we're going to do today.
Supposed to start like I was planning on planting garlic today.
Yeah, and also Callie texted me. She wants, if Bart has enough, we need to get her some garlic too.
Okay.
So don't let me forget.
All right.
So we got to go pick up some garlic cloves to plant, some little bulby bulbs. But yeah, it was a bummer. But it was also funny, and it made
it could have been dangerous.
It could have
been. It was funny.
But it was, and everybody always laughs. But sometimes you have to, read the instructions or kind of double check some things when it's a piece of equipment that you're not sure about or that you haven't used before. Because even if it's similar, sometimes there's some differences that can make all the differences in the world. And he's just stretching himself out.
Have him pull a plow.
Right? He's pretty hardy.
Yeah, when you're talking about a piece of equipment that you're not used to, you haven't operated before, you're going to do something wrong. The question is, what are you going to do wrong, and how bad is it going to be? I mean, what I did wrong could have been a lot worse than it was.
Right.
In fact, there was one point where I remember when I was lifting that. I was lifting up I don't want to give too much away. It was a big telephone pole thing. There was at one point during that where I felt like Frankie was too close to what I was doing, remember? And I asked her to get out of the way. And it was a minute after that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, yeah. But it's, live and learn. There's always going to be something that, part of living life and doing things that maybe you haven't done before is failing at some things and learning. And as long as you learn from those mistakes, we were talking to one of our buddies after church today, and he was like, look, everybody makes these mistakes and you're learning. And if you make the same mistake again in 2 weeks, then we're going to give you a hard time.
Right.
But
I thought I was going to get roasted at lunch because the guy that owns the tractor shop, his son that actually helped me buy it, that works there, and the whole family. That's who we had lunch with after church. So I was fully expecting just to, roast around the table. Mike broke the tractor, but they were very kind.
They were kind about it. They chuckled. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, there were some chuckles.
There were some chuckles, but it was, So that was the big news.
2 hours on the tractor.
Yeah. And Frankie actually is really good at driving the tractor.
A half hour of that was Frankie.
Yeah, and she's really good at working the hydraulics and doing all that. Like
she's a lot smoother than I am.
Yeah,
she can feel that. With it.
And so
tells me she's gonna have a good trigger finger.
Yeah, she's good with all that stuff so far. That everything we've thrown at her, she's been pretty good at.
Yeah, she actually was picking me up in the bucket to pick some pears out of the pear tree. That'll be on. You filmed some of that.
Oh yeah,
that'll be on Sippin. Nope, it'll be on 3 Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got we got a lot done this week. We also got the quad back from the shop. We dropped it off a couple weeks ago.
Four-wheeler.
Whatever. It's the same thing. I know in the South they don't call it a quad. They laugh at me when I say quad, but in California that's what we call them. And that's what I'm used to calling them is a quad. But I got news for all y'all. A four-wheeler and a quad are the same thing, and quad means 4.
Yeah, but in the South they speak English.
Okay, whatever. So, a form of it anyway. So, but
Woo! Shots fired.
but no, like, so we got this back, and he's actually got another 4-wheeler that he's got for sale. That's a nice Honda that I think I might just go ahead and pick up for myself this week.
And when she says he, she's talking about the guy that fixed this, the mechanic, and he's the mechanic that everybody around here uses.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's selling a 4-wheeler that he just rebuilt, it's probably a smart move to buy it.
Right.
So.
And I was leaning towards, okay, we'll have the one 4x4, and we'll have, or the 4-wheeler, and one side-by-side, but that side-by-side deal looks like it may not happen, so I'm like, I'm just going to pull the trigger on that.
He's going to sell that 4-wheeler to somebody if we don't buy it.
It's going to be me tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is who he's going to sell it to.
And that one's 4-wheel drive.
I know.
And this one's 2-wheel drive.
I know.
And that one's a 400, and this one's like a 350.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be my toy.
Really?
So, yes, it will. Mama gets a toy too. You got 3 tractors. Frankie's got the quad and the 0-turn.
Whoa.
What?
When does Frankie have the 0-turn?
I don't know. You've had her move it. I've seen her on it a lot.
Well, that's because she works on it. She doesn't own it.
Okay, well, not hers, but you know what I mean.
I do like that 0-turn, and it comes in handy for a lot of things other than mowing. But now that we have this running, I can tow.
There's less things we
I can tow all the little stuff behind this and save the transmission on that 0-turn. I need that thing to last a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to have the side-by-side eventually too.
Yeah, but we'll just wait till the smoking deal comes along.
Yeah, I guess.
If we have the 2 4-wheelers, we're good.
I just like the idea of like being able to like tool out into the pasture and just like sit there with
2 of us side by side and
just
bench
like
sheet.
Yeah, I just think that would be fun, especially this time of year. The weather's so nice. Like, I would love to do that this week, but I just don't see it's in the cards. So we'll see. I mean, the 4-wheeler is still fun and whatever. Just I'm gonna have to like build a cup holder in somewhere. That's the only thing. But
and a rifle rack.
Yeah,
so,
he tried to pitch me off the back of this thing. I had the rifle, and he stopped for a second.
And then went.
And then went with no warning. And it lurched me because he did it that way. And here I am trying to hold the rifle. I had my arm through the strap and then through this. So I had double, so I wasn't going to lose the gun. And then he tried to pitch me, and I was like, whoa! My legs went up in the air and everything. I was like, holy
Wasn't that
cow.
right after I broke a tractor?
Was that before or after?
I don't remember.
I think that was before you broke the tractor.
Maybe it was. I was in a breaking things mood this weekend, apparently.
Tried to break his wife. Tried to pitch her off the back of the 4-wheeler.
So check this out. So after I discovered that the PTO shaft, the drive shaft for the rotary tiller, which is on the back of that Kubota right now, it's not, the PTO shaft's not connected because it's too long. A friend of ours, Ryan, who actually is Morgan's dad. Morgan's here with Frankie right now. Ryan was at lunch after church, and he said, "Man, I'll come over there and give you a hand. And what we'll do, we'll hook that rotary tiller up."
Didn't tell anybody that they left, by the way. We were trying to figure out where they were.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
And I was like, "Well, I've got his kid."
So the plan was we're going to hook that rotary tiller up to the Ford tractor. And I'm still going to go till the deer plot today, right now. And so he's like, yeah, well, I said, man, I've never unhooked that bush hog from that Ford. It's a dinosaur. Things are probably bound up. I don't know. I have no idea, man. I clearly don't know what I'm doing. He's like, let's go. So he come over here, and it's a good thing he did, because he actually showed me some pretty good tricks, just little things that are going to make it easier for me in the future. But the end result of his visit was that PTO shaft is too long for any of the tractors. It's probably the wrong PTO shaft got bolted on there, and I don't know what it's for, but that Ford is a lot bigger setup in the back, and it's actually got more room.
And It's so
the arms are a little longer, and it's still too long for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean.
Jinx.
I know.
You want me a whiskey?
No, I don't. But so, unfortunately, tomorrow Miranda's gonna go back to the shop.
Her name is not her. Whoa!
And
now we're calling her, and her name is Miranda. That's not okay.
Cars and boats are always women.
You don't get to name a man's tractor.
Cars and boats are always women. So are tractors.
I have a bug on my glasses. I can see it.
You got a bug in your brain. I don't see it.
Oh, it's on the inside.
Oh. Anywho.
Hope it wasn't a tick in my eyeball.
That wasn't a tick. That was like a flying thing. But yeah, she's gonna go back to the shop, and
they'll fix it.
Well, I don't know how long it'll be before we get her back. It'd be great if she comes back before the weekend again, so we can work next weekend on some stuff. But
or I can break it again.
No, I can break it again.
It would be nice if I could get those deer plots tilled up before the next rain. I don't see that happening now. I don't. The rain's coming on Thursday, probably. And if we get this tractor back into the shop Monday morning, I just don't see them pushing me to the front of the line. Who knows how busy they are. I don't see getting that thing back in under a week. Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see. I don't know. I mean, you know, it's a small town, so
the mechanic's gonna look at that and go, I need to meet this guy.
I need to shake this man's hand.
Or slap him.
Or slap
One
him.
of the two.
One of the two, yeah.
Yeah.
I know, we'll see. But yeah, I feel like once Mike gets the hang of all of the...
I felt like I was doing pretty good on it.
You appeared to be for a minute.
Yeah, there was the appearance that I was having success.
Yeah.
Until...
It didn't last.
It didn't last.
Yeah. But, you know, that's okay. Things happen. But it's all right. So, and then I'm hoping maybe tomorrow, you know, in the midst of all the craziness that's going on tomorrow, Frankie's going to the pumpkin patch. So, and then...
Yeah, I guess they observe
yeah, they don't have school.
Columbus Day along with like fall break, so they get a couple days off.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, they do things a little different here.
So, well, I don't know. Some schools get like a whole week for fall break, so I don't know. And they have it like this last week, so, but her school didn't do that. So, but she's got Monday, Tuesday off. And then, so the church is taking the kids to the pumpkin patch, so she's going to go with them. And then we're going to go, I'm going to go pick her up later, but I think maybe in between all of that, and I have to get my truck serviced, in between all of that, I'm going to try to go pick up that quad.
Four-wheeler.
Four-wheeler, quad, whatever. I'm going to go try to pick up that other piece of equipment. That'll be my birthday present to myself.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I'm excited about that because it'd be nice for me to have something I can tool around on more. Because Frankie really likes this one, and she likes to tool around. But you still got to fix that tire. It keeps going flat. It's already flat again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cranky.
Needs air.
Needs air. Needs more than air if it keeps leaking.
Well, it needs something to prevent the air from coming out.
Yeah.
I gotta get some soapy water on there and figure out where it's leaking.
Yeah. Something like that. But yeah, I'm still gonna keep my eye out for a side-by-side because I would like to get one eventually. That's a good deal. So
I just want one tractor that everything works and I can get my deer plots ready.
Well, you had a tractor that everything works, but you broke it.
This is accurate.
Except that the plow thing was.
Well, right. Once I went to hook up the rotary tiller, I would have discovered that it did not work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're gonna make it work.
It's definitely not the end of the world. I mean,
yeah.
I could have been a lot madder than I was when I broke the tractor yesterday.
You were pretty mad.
I was bummed. I was mad at myself.
He was okay until he couldn't get the rototiller on.
That was when I got mad.
That was when he was like, "What? Stop filming! I can't." Like he kind of lost it a little bit, which I understand. He was getting frustrated.
So there's everything, one thing, next thing, next thing.
And Frankie and I were like, we can't really help him because he's in that mood where you know when somebody gets upset, and then you know if you try to help him, they're just gonna be more mad. So we just kind of hung back and waited until until he called one of us over for something. But yeah,
it was
bad. So
it was all ugly.
it was ugly, but it was okay. You know, like he said, he had a good lesson in humility this week, and we've all been there where we've screwed up or broken something and went, oh, why did I do that? Why didn't I think of this? Or why didn't I?
Yeah, at least the tiller deal was
not you.
the not figuring it out quick enough was me. Lack of experience. I should have figured it out quicker,
Well, but you just
and then
assumed-
stopped and not been so. I let myself continue to fight with it for an hour.
Well, because he was already he was already rattled.
Right. I'd
and
already
then-
just broke the tractor.
Yeah, so then he was like, assumed that this was the right piece.
At that, yeah, right.
You know?
At that point, I assumed that I'm the problem.
Right. Which at that point we all kind of did. But I mean, there was text messages and phone calls flying between like all of our friends and trying to figure it out, and yeah. So I mean, but it's fine. It's just
fine.
now it's just something we get to tease Mike about, that he broke, 2 hours in, that he broke the $30,000 tractor. That's all we get to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. It's no big deal. Everybody does it once, right? No?
I mean, how many times have you like crashed your car into something, put a scrape mark on the side of a car? I mean, pretty much every car you've ever owned.
That's not true. I never did anything with Shelby. I did put her in a ditch once.
Hold on.
But that was because the brakes failed.
Hold on. Hold on.
What?
Shelby. This is what you outdid yourself with Shelby. Shelby, you backed up against my car. Put no marks on Shelby, but put scrape marks down the side of my car.
That wasn't Shelby. That wasn't Shelby.
Which one's Shelby?
The white Ford Escape.
Yeah, that's the one that you backed down the side of my car with and left white marks on my
did
car.
I?
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, you've pulled forward or backed down the side of every car you've ever owned and put a scrape mark.
Oh, don't eat that.
Hey, goose. Trying to eat the power cord.
That's the biggest worm
So
you've
I
ever
threw
seen.
water over there.
I know, like a.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking.
It worked.
Also, geese are not generally scared of water.
I know,
So-
but
It's not like
mix
a cat.
water and electricity,
Yeah,
and I know what we're eating for dinner.
Right? Yeah, well, don't do that. Good grief. Daddy tried to kill you. Tried to cook my goose.
That's
Anyway, so I just lost my train of thought again.
funny. Oh, I was just
Oh,
retaliating and
yeah.
brought up
But
you
I
crashing
never
cars.
backed. This one backed up whole ass into a tree once in an empty parking lot with nothing around.
It was not an empty parking lot. There was a tree in the middle
one
of it.
tree, and he backed directly into the one tree in an
Who
open
puts
field.
a tree there?
In an open field, backed directly into the one tree in the whole place. So that's worse, in my opinion.
Okay.
And in my defense, when I scraped his car, I was trying not to hit. He had a bunch of tools on this side,
Oh, okay.
and I
There
was
we go.
trying not to hit those
Yeah.
because he had left debris.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I cut it too hard on the other side because I was paying too much attention to this. I'm just saying. But I never hurt that car other than that.
No, you just used that car to hurt my car.
Well, that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine though. It happens.
Other than everything going wrong this weekend, it's been a great weekend. I mean,
Oh, this bug bite though.
the weather's great. The bugs did come back.
Yeah, they sneak attacked me and they ate my feet.
The bugs disappeared for several days, and then all of a sudden,
They
we all
came
got
back.
like 10 bug bites.
Yeah, well, mine are just like all on my feet. Mainly because I walk around in Crocs and flip flops all the time. And I had sprayed, but there was
Boots!
one. Yeah, I don't like to wear my boots. It gets too hot. I only like to wear my boots when it's cold. So, I don't know.
I don't like to complain about bug bites on my ankles. And I don't.
On that note, thank you guys for hanging out with us here on Sippin and Spillin. And make sure you guys tune in for next Wednesday and Sunday's video, because we're gonna have the showing the tractor break.
The next several videos on 3 Mississippi should be very entertaining.
Yeah, we were laughing pretty hard when that. Yeah.
After I got done being mad, I was able to laugh. I don't want to downplay a dangerous situation, but it is okay to kind of laugh at yourself Be thankful that something
Worse.
really bad didn't happen, and don't make light of it. But learn from your mistakes and be able to laugh at yourself.
And
I
the
mean,
fact that I caught it on film is kind of priceless. It's kind of priceless. I'm just saying.
yeah.
Because, like, none of my faux pas have ever been caught on tape.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, like,
You do the editing.
I
So-
mean, like, of the things you're saying as far as, like, me
Her backing into
something or scraping something. I'm just saying, there's no photographic evidence anywhere.
That's true.
But you, I have photographic evidence.
You're pointing the camera at me all the time when I'm trying to do stuff. If I break something, you're going to catch it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you, and we will see you tomorrow.
Have a blessed day.